No more to domestic violence and family violence. Founded in 2006 by the Territory's very own Charlie King, the No More campaign uses the power of sport to change the way the public views family violence. The No More campaign believes that sport plays an important part in raising awareness of the problem, and today our players, coaches, volunteers and umpires will meet in the middle of the ground, link arms and create the No More support circle, taking a unified stance against any form of violence.
Good evening and welcome to TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country for round 7 of the Men's Premier League, St Mary's versus Nightcliff. This weekend, the TIO Northern Territory Football League are proud to partner with No More campaign as part of the 25-26 TIO NTFL No More round. AFLNT has partnered with No More since 2015, working delivering education, leadership programs, initiatives that encourage respect, inclusion and safe community participation right across the territory. My name is Nick Danks and I'm joined by my commentary partner this evening, Dom McCormack. Good evening, Dom. It's great to be with you here tonight.
Yeah, Nick, what a fantastic evening it is. The No More campaign has been a really, really important one here in the Northern Territory, as we just see the toss being run and won.
Picked up by Saints. Weather here today, cloudy conditions, very slight breeze, flags are hardly moving as usual, slightly to the right of screen, and currently 28 degrees, so it's dropped below the 30s here for the first time this season. Of course, St Mary's coming to this game in strong form, kicking 22 goals last week and defeating the Darwin Buffaloes by 125 points, with last season's leading goal kicker Jason Calder kicking 10 goals. He'd only kicked 3 in his previous 4 games this season, but certainly in form last week with 10 big ones.
Yeah, he certainly was in form last week, and Saints did a job on the Darwin Buffaloes at Gardens Oval on Friday night. Let's see what they can do here this evening. Much, much tougher opposition in the Nightcliff Tigers, Nick. No question about that. They had a beauty last week against Waratahs, I think, going down by the 1 kick.
Yep.
And in chilly conditions here now, 28 degrees. Goodness me.
Of course, the last time these two sides met was in week 1 of the finals last season. So Mary's in control pretty much that night, winning by 32 points. Where do you see this one going tonight, Dom?
Oh, look, this is very, very difficult to call. What a tough game. 4th playing 5th. Both teams will be desperate to win because even at this early stage of the season, it gives them a little bit of a break in that top section of the top 5. It's very, very hard to call. I think Nightcliff will be really stinging after their loss last week to Waratah, and Waratah have shown that they're in fantastic form, having only just gone down again by a kick to Southern Districts last night. So I think probably the Nightcliff Tigers to edge away.
Another games this round, Southern Districts on Friday night remain undefeated, 17 wins in a row now, defeating Waratah by 5 points. Earlier here today at TIO Stadium, the Tiwi Bombers kicked 10 goals in the first half and defeated Wanderers by 59 points. And over at DXC Arena, Pint are in control over Palmerston. That game's into the final quarter now. We just get ready to start this big one here tonight. These two arch rivals, St Mary's and Nightcliff. Of course, a couple of big grand finals over the years, in the most recent years as well, including that one that was a draw at full time.
Yeah, some beauty, some fantastic matches indeed against these two teams. The recent history's been wonderful. Some good matchups there too. Riley Baldy up against Dylan Lant in the middle. Will Robinson to go up in the ruck against Marley McGregor, and gee, McGregor, he's just been in such good form to start this season for the Tigers. Ball held aloft, about to get underway here. The high leapers, Will Robinson got a touch on it. Saints, an initial handball, Will Robinson thumping that one forward. Saints kicking to the airport end in this first quarter. First clean touch, however, Brodie Philo, and that's a beautiful kick out wide, finds Scott on the wing. Such a good user of the ball is Philo, and that one too by Scott out to Baldy. Long kick and thumped away there by Green. Courageous stuff coming in front of the leading forward. Thumped that one out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So good intent by both teams early stages here. Matthew Green didn't play last week in the match against Darwin. Very good defender. Will Robinson, again another little touch on that one. Lorna over the footy, Smithson with him. And Smithson all wrapped up very quickly. Nick, probably slightly slippery here with a little bit of rain around today. Yeah,
there was a bit of rain earlier on this afternoon, and yeah, we'll make it a bit wet out here. I just watched part of the women's game, and they seem to control it pretty well, though.
Bailey with a nice little chip out to Philo. Philo, long, low bullet pass here, almost the mark. Tackle, and it's going to be called a high tackle here. So right in front of goal, the Tigers with the early opportunity. Jack Paris it is. So right in front of goal, man on the mark about 30 out. Should go back and slot this one straight through the middle. Be the perfect start here for the Tigers, who've looked good around the ruck contest. Philo handling the ball a few times. Paris very close to the man on the mark, and he's just skewed that off to the right hand. So it did get very close there.
Certainly did, and that's the place he needs to put it, but just stayed there with the no breeze around at the moment. Probably need a bit more central with that kick.
Dylan Lant popping that one up to Green. Goes out and has a bounce if you don't mind. to land on the right boot. Good use of the body there by Musgrove. Can he take possession? Yes, he can. Playing for a free kick, released by hand, tackle laid close to the boundary, and they'll just take it straight over for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, he did well there. He was playing for a free kick, but he managed to get that lucky bounce off it, and it's gone out of bounds. Umpire right on that one.
3 Lants playing here this evening for St Mary's. Jack Lant, Dylan Lant and Brock Lant. I assume that they're all brothers. Certainly 2 of them are. Robinson again with a little touch. Marley McGregor comes away with the kick, falls into the waiting arms there of Max Hagan. Plays on. Quick kick by Musgrove. And the Tiger defence here just shutting that one down. Lorna with the mark here at half back. Goes long. A little bit of push and shove there. Ball spills at half forward here for the Tigers. Again, the tackling's good here. Smithson's got his opponent wrapped up. How's the umpire going to see this? Gee, it took a long time. And they'll ball it up again.
And you show St Mary's here as fan of the club, as you said, the 3 Lamb brothers, 8, 9 and 10 they're wearing.
9 and 10.
So not only are the brothers out there, the club's done well getting their numbers together.
Ball up to attacking 50 for the Tigers. That's a good handball over the top to John O'Paris, premiership player for the Tigers. A little bit of a push there, not called by the umpire. Out to Scott. Steps out, steps back again. Dangerous handball. Breaking the tackle there nicely was Green. And snap on goal is a minor score. So Fergus Green, nice to see him getting an early touch. A very good forward for the Tigers. And Jack Paris again in the action early, but 2 behinds on the scoreboard for him.
Yeah, could have had ball opportunity with that one there. Pretty straightforward snap, but had a little bit more time than he was told by his teammates.
Liam O'Brien to bring the ball back into play. Xavier Vallejo under the footy, didn't take the mark. Spills, handball comes out, now it comes back out wide to Vallejo. Kicks, that's an interesting kick, just kicked it along the ground. The tall timber of Nightcliff couldn't take that one easily, and the chaos ball, well, it's certainly causing chaos. Lorna laying the tackle. Still the Tigers getting to the footy first. Great effort. Hugh Dunbar out there. Kick turning over though. Kieran Parnell, the vice-captain, and set up beautifully. Takes that mark. Looking to bring the footy in. Goes to the long lead of Calder. Hands are up. Spillage now. Using the body nicely there was Ryan Nyhouse. Ball comes out to him. Fires out a handball to a teammate. Charging at the footy, Bailey. Such a good player. Whips the ball out wide. Brown. No one can grab hold of this footy just yet. Tigers looking good when the ball gets into the clear. McGregor taking that one hard. Baldy ran over the footy. Handball comes out to Bailey. Normally a good kick. It's an ugly kick off the boot, and Green right there on the line just touches that one through. So the Tigers doing all the attacking. 3 points on the board. Saints with the quick kick in. Comes out to Hagan. No mark taken at half forward, and that will be a push out. Saints players disputing the call. I wouldn't do that too long or too loudly, otherwise the kick will be taken from the goal square.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those last couple of weeks ago.
McGregor goes to Baldy, and his kick is very good. On the lead there is Fergus Green, and that's the value of him. Another former AFL player playing in this competition. Good lead, takes the footy on the chest. Normally a very good shot at goal. Go back and have the 4th opportunity at goal for the Tigers already. Nick and Saints have hardly been inside their attacking 50.
Yeah, only one inside 50 to 5 at the moment. Is to aim this right at the left post with the breeze coming through the Michael Long Learning Centre grandstand there.
Green on his way. Kick on its way. And straight through the middle for Fergus Green. Welcome back to NTFL footy. He opens the scoring here for the Nightcliff Tigers. They move on to 1-3-9. Saints yet to score.
Yeah, they needed that one a bit, the Tigers. We're here a couple of games ago, and they were very inaccurate and nearly got run over in the end. So probably just to break a few nerves, get that goals with the ball leading forward here. A lot of standing around players there from St Mary's, and Fergus Green just ran into the simplest mark you'll probably take all year, and did very well to pop that one through. 1-3-9. As I said, St Mary's have only gone forward once, and just come straight back out at them.
For those of you who think I might be having a joke, number 10 for Nightcliff, his name is genuinely Riley Baldy.
Right.
He is a Baldy, and his name is Baldy. Up in the ruck contest, McGregor straight down to his opponent there in Robinson. Lant flicks one up. Smithson somehow gets a kick away. Charging at the footy was Blake Lorna, did very nicely. Up towards half forward. That's a good mark. Attacking the footy there was Kennedy. Back they go inside 50 again. A man on the lead and leading beautifully there. Wade Dirksen takes the grab in the right forward pocket. And we'll go back and have another set shot on goal. So the Tigers, they are all over St Mary's at the moment, especially out of the middle.
Yeah, St Mary's had nothing to kick to a couple of times and they've gone forward as well. Even that grubber kick down the middle just was because there was nobody there. Calder's in this half of St Mary's all by himself at the moment.
So Dirksen now. Opportunity from 45. Kick on its way. And he's kicked that out of bounds on the foot.
And that's all happening if you aim at that right post at that end. It just keeps going right. You've got to push it all the way to the left post.
So 5 scoring shots a goal have yielded 139. Lant brings that one into Green. Green goes to Parnell. The safe hands of Dylan Lant scooting around the back. Parnell just goes short to Hagan. Hagan back into the team this week. Kicks long down the commentary wing. Punched away, move to Vallejo. Vallejo needs to get rid of it quickly, and he does. It's all Tigers, though, in a wall. The only St Mary's play there is Amory, and he's going to get hold of it too. Fires out a handball to the back. Quick kick came from Patterson. Picking it up beautifully there was Braunthal, and they swoop onto him. He releases the footy. Tigers now with numbers. Brown to Nyhouse. Little pop over the top is good. Tigers working beautifully here. Handball came from Karupis. Cross to Paris, back to Karupis, the run of Baldy. Fantastic play by the Tigers, really well worked out here to Trigwell, to Paris, smothered on the kick. Saints defence, can they hold this up in a free kick? That was a poor effort. And Green just pops it over the top to Dirksen, and Dirksen kicks a fantastic team goal for the Nightcliff Tigers. 2-3-15, almost 10 minutes gone. Saints don't look like scoring, Nick.
Not at all. They've got nothing to kick to when they go forward. And if we watch the replay of this one, could have nearly been goal of the year. Just a couple of fumbles will stop it from being that. But for a team goal, there was got to be, 9 or 10 possessions there. A good smother there. Definitely played the high tackle. Nearly took his head off, but smart enough just to take a break, handball over the top, and bang, put that one through for their second goal. 2-3-15, coming up to the 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
Gee, wonderful smother there from Elijah Amory to try and prevent that happening, but good play by Green. So Green's featured a few times now. 2 free kicks coming his way. Robinson up in the ruck contest, just got a touch on that. St Mary's for the first time. Jack Land out of the middle, up inside 50, thumped away there by Macaulay Glover. And that goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in. 70 around from the St Mary's goal.
Yeah, I know it's only early. That's what we're watching at the moment. St Mary's just banging it forward, hoping that Calder can take a grab. And the Tigers are just working it around and just taking the easy mark inside 50.
Got a good defensive unit, the Tigers. Robinson in the ruck contest, beaten forward on this occasion there by Piergross. Out goes Baldy. And the mark not taken by Davies. He spun around, handballs to Parnell, steps inside. Nice play, Parnell, very calm. Goes all the way back. Called to play on is O'Brien. That's a poor kick. Turnover, 3-on-1. Handball will come over the top. Scott from the goal square. And that is just way too easy for the Nightcliff Tigers. It was a poor turnover by Liam O'Brien, who knew it immediately. He kicked the ball. Wow, Nightcliff Tigers, 3-3-21. Saints yet to score, 11 minutes down.
Yeah, a bit of worry with that pass. I don't know if we're going to pick up on the replay, but even the one before that, this horrible kick here just went straight to the Tigers. But even the kick backwards, it went, 30 metres back into his own 50 when you had an opportunity for a couple of running players, and once you start defending like that, you are going to get yourself in a bit of trouble. And the Tigers have made them pay.
Here we are back in the middle, and this is where Saints are losing it. Up high, Piergross. Amory soccering out wide on the chase. Philo should get there first. He does. Little handball inboard will go to Jack Lant for St Mary's. Again, the long bomb up inside 50. Crashing the pack. No, don't worry about crashing the pack. Macaulay Glover. That's a superb mark. Brings it out just changes the angle straight away. Lorna has played well so far. Taken down by Moo. Oh, Williamson, that should be 50 after the mark was taken. That's a brave mark there by Kai Williamson. He plays on, goes to Smithson.
Umpire didn't pay the 50 then, I think about to, and then they played on.
Long kick. And the Tiger defence, they're in numbers. They have got a very, very good back six, led, of course, by their captain in Ryan Nyhouse. Steady play here from the back pocket. Lorna it is again. He's racking up getting possessions already. Will Robinson ducked his head at the last moment. It's Nyhouse over the footy. Pushed away there by Brockland. Through his Moo. Trigwell did well. And the ball held up here at half forward for St Mary's. They just can't get any time and space here. The Tigers putting on fantastic pressure. Robinson up high, winning that one down to himself. Handballs to Jack Land, taken down immediately in the tackle. Now ball it up again here at half forward. Robinson beaten for it. Ball wrapped up again. Braunfeld it is. Been in good form for St Mary's the last few weeks. Robinson beaten for it. Straight down there to Paris. Long kick up to the wing. Trigwell did okay for a moment. Liam O'Brien couldn't take the footy, and turnover comes. Oh, that's a fantastic tackle by Green, just to hold that up. Good tackle laid again there, and now holding the footy is going to be the call. So the tackle laid there by Hugh Dunbar, and the umpire pinged his opponent off to Philo now. Steps one way, then the other. Does it with ease. Out here to Bailey. Will go with that booming left foot. Long kick at goal. No mark taken on the line. The minor score registered. So 3-4-22. Saints yet to have a shot on goal in this quarter.
5 inside 50s they've had to 10 at the moment, and just had no shot on target at all for St Mary's.
Dewsbury brings the ball back into the middle. Another poor turnover. Just too easily read there by McGregor. Back inside 50. The push off and the mark taken by Dirksen against Fleming. Just really good forward craft here by the Tigers, and they've got open space when they go inside 50, Nick.
They certainly have. They're running it at the moment, as I said. The long ball forward for St Mary's, all they're trying, and Nightcliff are just looking for their small forwards and taking the time and chipping it in, and it's paying all dividends at the moment, lining up for their fourth.
So Dirksen now lining up for his second. Goes with the snap on the left boot. And he puts that straight through the middle, does Wade Dirksen. First player to score multiples in this game. 2 goals in this first quarter. More importantly, his team, they move on to 4-4-28. St Mary's yet to score. In fact, yet to have a shot on goal. 15 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Yeah, another poor clearance out of defence. Just kick and hope, and then it's just coming straight back at them here.
There were numbers in the middle, but they all stood back there, and McGregor just attacked the footy.
Yeah, just took all his time, he did. You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season, live on NT News and Community TV.
Patterson. Land with the left boot. Up inside 50 again, but Brown, the only player there who had a real opportunity to do anything with it, and he does. Gets it to Glover. Well done to the Tigers. Mitchell Truella takes the mark inboard. Decides to go long out to centre wing, and McGregor gave the lead away from Luke Patterson. Such a good player now is Marley McGregor.
Nothing to kick to, as you've just seen. He's just banged that down the wing.
Kick long. Contest there at centre half forward. Well cut off there by Hagan, and he had to because the Tigers were in the clear. Dylan Lant, a rare possession. Ball tapped down. Xavier Vallejo with an opportunity. Little chip. Set up nicely for Calder. Got the hands to it. He's hurt himself as Calder. He landed on the ground awkwardly. He's come down poorly on his left knee. Nathan Brown with footy in hand. Just kicks it short and goes to Jonathan Paris. Nice steady play again by the Tigers back six, and Jackson Calder is down. He's in all sorts of trouble here. Even Brodie Philo, the Nightcliff captain, is calling for play to stop, and the umpires have now stopped it. He went up high in that marking contest, Nick, and then came down awkwardly on his left knee. Brodie Philo just patting him on the back there.
Yeah, it didn't look good at all. He did try to get up there for a second and then straight down, and the Tigers player signaled to the umpire and we've stopped the game.
This could potentially be one of those terrible knee injuries. We see it so often in the AFL where players leaping high in the air and then come down awkwardly. Yep, the staff are calling for the stretcher here.
Yeah, they just seem inconspicuous sometimes, and they do it. You look at it and go, that didn't. Then you watch it and you think, well, I can't get it. He's a big lad and he's come out pretty strong and just come down badly on that knee.
Well, this is only compounding matters here for St Mary's, Nick, because they have not looked likely going forward. Jackson Calder's been well blanketed, and now with the stretcher having to come on to remove him from the ground.
I was just looking before, the Tigers this season, their defence has been outstanding. In the games they've played so far, they've had 8 kicked against them in week 1. In week 3, after having the byes, the Southern Districts kicked 13, and then 9, 4 and 6.
Gee.
And they got beat last week and only having 6 goals kicked against them, a very low scoring game at Gardens Oval in pretty good conditions, but a really tight contest against the Tars. So you just... 4 goals already on the board for Nightcliff Tigers, and with Jackson Calder down, you just don't know where they're going to get. You know, probably 10 or 11 they're going to need to win the game.
Gee, finally the stretcher's coming out onto the ground. This has taken an eternity for this to occur. Yeah, you're right, Nick. You wonder where Saints are going to get their goals from. They have struggled to get the ball out of the middle. This is very similar to the game against Pint. They struggled to get the ball out of the middle. They gave up goals in defence, and then when they finally got the ball forward, the Pint defence just completely blanketed them. This is looking like a replica of that already.
Another games this round on Friday night. Southern Districts remain undefeated, 17 in a row they've won now. They defeated Waratah by 15 points. Earlier here at TIO Stadium, the Tiwi Bombers defeated Wanderers by 59, and just about to end across the road at Dixie Arena, Pint are leading Palmerston by 97 points. We've got 28 points here difference as we obviously going to come into time on while this is going on. And of course, this season and this round is the No More campaign round, a part of the 25-26 TIO NTFL No More round. And good things the AFLNT has done. They've partnered with No More since 2015, working with education, leadership programs, initiatives that encourage respect, inclusion and safe community participation right across the territory. As we're just waiting here for the moment for the stretcher guys to work it out. This is a real big one. Of course, Jackson Calder kicked 10 goals last week out of the 22 that St Mary's got, so there's be a big gap there. So throw into full forward, to throw Jackson forward, would you think?
Jackson?
Brunthal?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. He's too small to be a full forward.
So who would you throw forward on that side then?
Gee.
There's not much there though, is there?
Wow. I know that they tried Fleming last week, but he's playing full back at the moment on Dirksen. They tried him at full forward last week and he led well and kicked a few goals. As we see Jackson Calder, he is coming straight from the ground here, which is always a very, very poor sign. So thoughts with Jackson Calder and his family as he comes from the ground with what looks like a serious left knee injury. They're being well attended there by the St Mary's staff. And we go back to the game now with Jonathan Perris, ball in hand here in the back pocket for the Tigers. Kicks long, down the grandstand wing. Attacking the footy hard is Dirksen. Lant, that's Brock. Gets a handball away to Nick Yarron, who hasn't been sighted yet. Not hard, though, when you're one of the half forwards for St Mary's. It's been difficult going. The ball out of bounds here at half forward for a boundary throw-in. Need to try and put some pressure on here, Nick. Try and hold the ball in. 21 minutes down. They have not had much of it at all. Robinson got a little touch on it. Bailey couldn't handle. Lant, ball slapped away from him. Musgrove had it, lost it under pressure from Philo. Crashing in there was O'Brien. And the umpire calls for, he's given away another free kick for a high tackle here. And that will go to Brett Kennedy. So Kennedy here at half back for the Tigers. It's been all the Tigers in this first quarter. They've looked terrific. Caused himself a little bit of trouble there, Kennedy, running very close to Mitch Musgrove, and Max Hagan just dropped that unceremoniously over the line. That should have been a mark. Just seems to me that they're not switched on, Nick,
That's
the
right.
Saints players.
Yeah, couldn't even let that go. He might have even gone out on the fall the way it was heading across. And
it should have been an easy mark, though.
Yeah, true.
Gee, they are not with it at the moment, Saints.
Good boundary throw in.
Will Robinson to the front, and in the end it came back to him. Philo farms it out nicely. Vallejo did well. Nice handball out to Smithson. Finds him with a little bit of space. Gee, that was play on. Taken high. Long kick down the line, and again that back six. They are just terrific. Nice mark taken. Long kick down the line. Luke Davies had it. Handballs forward. Politis now. Handball. Chain of handballs ends up with Scott, who's got a player in the clear, and that's Paris, confronted with the tackle by Amory. And another free kick given. He's kicked that into another player. It's ricocheted through, so now inside forward 50. Parnell looking to get the handball out into the clear. Goes to Williamson. This time Hagan took it with the one grab. Kicks it clear. Out towards centre wing. Braunthal couldn't quite grab hold of it. Tigers take possession again. Calm with the footy.
You're right there, Don. They've got him throwing Luke Patterson up forward for St Mary's.
So Luke Patterson was the one who kicked, I can't remember the exact number now, it was 7 or 8 a few weeks ago.
Yep.
So Patterson, they've left Fleming at fullback. Ball out of bounds here now for a boundary throw. 23 and a half minutes gone here at TIO Stadium. It's only the first quarter. Saints have not looked like it. And they've lost Jackson Calder to a serious left knee injury. McGregor found himself caught behind. Will Robinson got it to Lant, back to Robinson. And again, Saints just not clean with the footy. The Tiger pressure comes. McGregor lays the tackle there on Hagan. There'll be another ball up here at half forward.
Still a couple of minutes to go this quarter, you would think, with the delay.
Will Robinson wins that one down, comes out to Braunthal onto the left boot, just keeps it low, close to the boundary line, and the umpire, you can see with the intent that they're running in, that is absolutely going to be called deliberate. So the Tigers through Lorna. G's been good.
It was a different side than I saw last week when they took on Waratah. They're certainly knocking the ball around pretty well, the Tigers are.
Ball spills to the back. And gone out and over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. In fact, it's going to be a free kick here. Free kick coming back to land. Not sure what that was for.
Tigers player was asked the same question to the umpire, threw his arms up, but
it's a rare possession for a St Mary's midfielder here. Long kick down the line. Patterson was setting himself the jump ball, comes to the back, kick inside forward 50, and there is no one there. Moo, does he have the leg speed against Paris? He well might. Handballs to his own advantage. He's shoved over, and that has to be a push in the back, and it's been called by the umpire. So, young Moo, Kieran Moo, with an opportunity here. Saints' first opportunity, 25 and a half minutes into this first quarter. Their first opportunity for a shot on goal. He does not look confident. Kicks on goal and slots it straight through the middle. Kieran Moo, well done. That's a terrific kick at goal, and Saints finally hit the scoreboard in this first quarter.
yeah, with about just under a minute to go, you would think, of this quarter, and that's their first shot in anger at the target. They've had 9 inside 50s to 13, and you're right there wasn't a single person inside 50 for St Mary's. And then Lux of Fortune there, just been a push in the back.
I'm not sure how Jonathan Paris thought that was not going to be called push in the back.
Yeah, he got him. He even turned around after he pushed him and realised what he'd done. But I think you might call that a professional foul. And but Kirimu looked a bit unconfident to take it, and then goes and knocks it over the goal umpire's head.
Yes, he was looking to kick to Jack Lant there for a moment, and then just slotted it straight through the middle. So well done to Kieran Moo. They desperately needed that, just for a little bit of confidence. Ball back in the middle now. Will Robinson up against Marley McGregor. Both of them such high leapers. Comes down through Robinson. Quick kick out of the middle. And moves there again. Can he get hold of the footy? He can. Taps it to himself. And now a free kick again to Moo for being held. Nathan Brown not happy. Moo playing on from behind the mark. He just cannot do that.
Yeah, especially with the player's got to stand still and you're behind him. It's
Yes.
That's what he said. He waved his arms to the
It's
umpire.
a bit obvious. Yeah, good decision from the umpire. Good spot up there. High leaper was Patterson. And then the tackle laid. Vallejo comes out of that one looking a bit awkward as well. So things not going well here for the green and gold. Ball tossed high. Patterson to go up against McGregor. Patterson wins it down. Lamb tried to take it back to Patterson. Wrapped up in a tackle. I'll do it all again from 25 out. Umpire's not wasting any time. Patterson wins that one down. A free kick to be paid. Which way is it going to go? It's going to go to Saints on the siren. So the quarter time siren sounds here, and the free kick, I thought it was to Ruckman and Patterson. It's actually going to go here to Jackson Braunfeld. No, it's not. He was walking back, but it is to Patterson. So the Ruckman practically dead in front. Man on the mark, 25 out. Simply has to go back and kick this goal.
As a ruckman, you've got to remind him he's got to stay on the line. He can't run around, so he's directly in front there, so that should be pretty easy for him.
So we know he can kick a goal. He kicked a few the other day. 4-1. It has been all the Tigers. Luke Patterson. In he comes. Kicks on goal. Puts it through the middle. Saints score 2 in a row to finish off this quarter.
Yeah, we've got a game on here now. You think you're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season, live on NT News and Community TV. It's 2 goals straight to St Mary's to 4-4 to the Nightcliff Tigers. We'll be back with you shortly with the second quarter.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
This weekend is no more round.
Across the NTFL Premier League competition, players, coaches and umpires will wear orange armbands.
It's our way of standing together against family and domestic violence.
We make everyone in our team feel welcome and safe.
We call out disrespectful behaviour even when it's tough.
We will stand up so others feel safe to do the same.
We encourage others to treat everyone with respect.
The No More Round shows the strength of our football community.
We include everyone and treat all people equally. We check in on our teammates, listen if someone needs to talk, and help them find support.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. King for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium for the no more round of the Men's Premier League, St Mary's versus Nightcliff Tigers. My name's Nick Dax, my commentary partner this evening, Dom McCormack. And Dom, Tigers look very impressive in that first major part of that quarter, but St Mary's knocked a couple back very late.
Oh, they were very fortunate, weren't they? Tigers looked absolutely superb, and then St Mary's in the last 2 minutes of that quarter, really excellent goal to Kieran Moo, and then a lucky, perhaps free kick to Luke Patterson. Putting it through, making the score look somewhat respectable, but the true story lies in the fact that it's 8 scoring shots to 2 in the first quarter. Nightcliff were well in control.
We get the second quarter underway here at TIO Stadium.
Will Robinson up high, straight down, Baldy with a possession. Handball out to Philo, Philo to Politis, back to Philo. Such a terrific runner is Brodie Philo, and finding Lorna, geez, been good. Blake Lorna from the back line. Good kick finds Bailey, the familiar glove on the left hand. Spearing pass, and here they go again already, the Tigers. Straight onto the chest here of Fergus Green. And a little chip. St Mary's just need to wake up here. There are players loose. There's still another Tiger loose in the forward pocket. Bailey, he's just run on a little bit further. But Baldy now has an opportunity here from the right forward pocket to slot one within the first 30 seconds.
I counted 3 Tigers players loose there in the passes there. They've already kicked 2 from directly in front in the goal square.
So Riley Baldy, kick on the way, and he's made no mistake with that. That's a great kick on goal and a superstar here for the Tigers in this second quarter.
So it was 11 inside 50s to St Mary's to 13 to the Tigers, but every time the St Mary's went forward, apart from those 2 goals, it was marked by a Tigers player and came straight back out at them. As we watch the replay here, and if you have a look, quick look, he's all on his own, but if you're over the top, he could have had 1, 2 or 3 other players he could have dropped it over to. Decided to take his time and then kicked it very, very well, and obviously kicked a couple of goals on this ground.
So 5-4-34 to 2 straight 12. Riley Baldy playing on the St Mary's captain, Dylan Lant. Will Robinson up high in the middle. Won it down for Saints momentarily. Offerman's had it for a moment, taken away by Baldy. Long kick down towards half forward. Amory had it. In fact, it was O'Brien had it, lost it. Hagan over the footy. Couldn't keep it in front of himself. Now the Tigers with numbers up towards half forward. No mark to Peris. Taken in the tackle, lost the footy. Lant, that's a good handball. Davies needs to knock it on, and he does. Goes to Robinson. Heard the voice. Mitch Musgrove. Nice kick out wide. Well done there by Snelling. Won the footy back for his team. That's a brilliant effort. Handball out to Scott. Tigers just calm with the footy. Jack Paris taking the relieving mark there at centre wing. Another little chip finds Truella. Another little chip goes to Politis. It's called to play on. Gee, high up and under. Says to his forwards, go and mark that. Kai Williamson was over the footy, couldn't get it away. And a holding free kick will be paid here to St Mary's. Fleming it is who put himself in the dangerous position. Goes to kick out wide. That's a horrible kick. Mitch Musgrove takes the mark. Kicks out wide, looking for and finding Offermans. He's put under pressure. Can he get hold of the footy? Great fighting down there by Snelling to hold the footy up. And his teammates go to him and give him a well-deserved pat on the back for that effort. That came as a result of 2 poor kicks out of defence. Little tap down from Pierre Gross. Straight down to Philo and then loses the footy over the boundary line. Boundary throw-in's a good one. Ball clears the pack. Taken away here by Offermans. Up towards Patterson. Just edged out of the contest, and look at the numbers for the Tigers. Players in the clear. Quick kick comes out, and who's on the run again? There he is, Lorna. He's dominating from half-back. That's a dangerous kick taken by Smithson in the corridor.
Did have someone to kick to there, but just missed the kick slightly. Another metre to the right, and that would have gone straight to another Tigers player coming out of the goal square.
Land out to Parnell. Parnell doesn't have so many options. Just the Tigers, I think, Nick, are just working much harder than Saints. They're running into position.
Yeah, and they're playing that short ball really, really well. They're knocking it around between the players, whereas poor St Mary's are just getting it and banging it as fast as they can and as far as they can.
Saints able to hold the footy up here at half forward. Good tackle by Patterson. They haven't had too many opportunities to hold the footy up here. Tigers back six has been excellent. Robinson up high again. Comes to the Tigers initially. Musgrove taken down. Tackle late, ball spills out. Quick kick up inside 50. No mark taken, and a hold is called. And the free kick to go back to the Tigers here.
Yeah, so, only one up there for the ball. The other one just stayed down and just took the body. The umpire saw that and played the free kick.
So Brown with a little chip out wide. Going to Glover. Having to bring it back, I think, to Brown here. Been a great player for a long time as Nathan Brown. Finds Snelling. Deep in that back pocket now. Using the ball much better than what Saints are when they come out of defence are the Tigers. Long kick down the line. Fleming goes high and just belts that one back out over the boundary line. Wins his team a boundary throw-in. 18.5 minutes gone here. 5-4-34 plays 2 straight 12 in the second quarter.
You know, I think that clock's pretty slightly wrong, so I reckon we've got about 7 minutes gone in this quarter.
I think that's right.
I don't think that clock's right.
Ball comes down to Braunthal. Up inside 50, and again, just another easy mark. Macaulay Glover brings it into Baldy. On centre wing, mark dropped there by Pierre Gross, put under pressure by Smithson. Philo close to the boundary line. 34 plays 12 the time here. Almost 7 minutes gone in this second quarter. Boundary throw in smack bang on centre wing here. Morris Rioli grandstand side of TIO Stadium. Ruckman and edged out of the contest. Ball comes to Offermans, who's had a bit of it in this quarter. Nick Yarran does not look like getting the footy at the moment. Tossed out of the way. Ball kicked up to Dirksen. Good handball from Williamson, back to Davies, back to Fleming. Coming in strongly was Truella. Fleming takes the footy, smothered. Truella back in again. Got rid of it by hand to Trigwell. Little handball over was good. Davies takes it over. Great play by the Tigers just to keep it there and win a boundary throw in at half forward.
No, you didn't go back in time, Matt. Guys got it right, so well done, guys. We've got the time now about 7 minutes and 40 seconds into the second quarter. 1 goal scored, and that was to the Tigers.
Robinson knocked towards the footy, comes to Parnell, bursts away, even from Philo, which is no mean effort. Kicks long and out of bounds on the full. So nothing going well here for the green and gold at the moment. They are just hanging in here at the moment.
Yeah, they've again, not a single shot on goal at this quarter as well. They only got the 2 really late. And Tigers just seem to be all over the ground. Look at that, it's the second or third. He's had time to drop the mark and still got 10 metres on his player.
Glover it is out there. That's a nice kick. Comes off the chest. Handball into space. Braunthal kicks out towards Yarran. Wasn't the spot-on kick that he was looking for. Finds a little chip, and that's a poor kick from Yarran to the lead of Musgrove, who had a metre on his opponent. And now the turnover begins. The defence goes to work again. Snelling. Nice little chip. Goes to Karupis. Look at all the players in the clear. Peris. Long kick. Straight down the corridor. Davies is there. Needed to take the mark and didn't. Come off hands. Went to Dewsbury. Dewsbury out wide. Another poor kick. 3-on-1 it is out there. Free kick was given. Adrian Scott takes the mark. He was looking for the runner initially. Now he goes into the corridor. Perhaps wasn't the decision, and Trigwell at the back kept his eye on the footy, takes the mark, 28 metres out from goal.
He was on his own then for the whole length of that play coming through, and there was probably another 3 or 4 Tigers players floating around the middle of the park as well. The kick over the top didn't really go to the benefit of them, but of course they just kept running harder than St Mary's at the moment, and when you run a bit harder, you're going to get more of the ball.
So Trigwell coming in for his first shot at goal. The left footer pops that straight through the middle. Well done, Gus Trigwell. And that scoreboard, 2 goals they've now kicked in this quarter. 6-4-40, playing 2 straight 12, nearly 10 gone in the second.
You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season, live on the NT News and Community TV. This is the no more round, St Mary's versus the Nightcliff Tigers, and it's all the Tigers at the moment. 2 straight kicked right at the end of the first quarter for St Mary's, and 6-4-40 to the Tigers halfway through this second quarter. And of course the big news is Jackson Calder, suspected knee injury, will be out for the rest of the game through a stretcher, and best wishes to him and all his family, and of course the guys at St Mary's.
Ball tossed high. McGregor went high, but Robinson took that one straight out of the ruck contest. Down inside 50. No mark. Coming through strongly was Amory. Tackle laid, and the umpire says, I will have it. Saints forwards need to get busy here. Need to get on the move. Ball slapped back. Tackle laid. Ball spills. Marley McGregor with the footy. They wrapped him up. Ball spills again. Lorna. Out to Karupis. Kicks out into space. No mark taken. Spillage here comes to O'Brien. O'Brien up inside forward 50, and again Moo just out-bodied way too easily there by Nathan Brown. Ball to Kennedy. Nice sliding mark by Kennedy. And that will be out of bounds on the full. He could tell the moment it left his boot there, Kennedy.
Yep. Boyd Bailey was telling him where he wanted it in front of him, and just knocked it a little bit too far for him.
So Brocklant with a rare touch here. Man on the mark, Politis, being rolled back another 5 metres or so. Brockland takes his full measure, kicks up inside attacking 50, and that is just too easy. Lorna again takes another great grab. Smithson has an opportunity. Close to the boundary. Politis can't drag that one back here.
But the 16 inside 50s for St Mary's, I reckon at least 11 or 12 of them have gone straight in the arms of a Tigers player. And I just can't see anything changing there, the way that they're approaching the 50. Even then, he had to run in and just bang straight into the middle of the 50.
McGregor tapped that one down to Politis. Politis, while he's still in the air, that was brilliantly done. Got the handball away to Truella. Truella, a hard-running player. The ball out of bounds for another boundary throw. And right in front of our commentary position here at TIO Stadium, 40 plays 12 and a half down in the second quarter. Nightcliff well and truly in control. Down by McGregor. Land over the footy. Couldn't grab hold of it. Same for Baldy. Bailey got a handball away close to the boundary line. Back it comes to him. Tackle laid there by Musgrove. Another boundary throw in.
No, it's only round 7, but the winner of this game will lock themselves in the 3rd spot. Of course, Southern Districts and Pine are in really good form, but they'll jump above Tiwi, the winner of this game.
Yeah, such an important match, even in this early stage, as you say, Nick. McGregor got that one down to Politis. Long kick inside 50, no mark taken. Tigers with numbers. Braunthal couldn't quite grab hold of the footy. Tigers wrapped up, and the penalty will be paid for holding the footy. So Jackson Braunthal couldn't get to the ball first, but in the end it was a blessing. Kicks it out wide and goes to Liam O'Brien.
We haven't had many of those tonight, holding the ball decisions from the umpires. They've been letting the players play, but then coming in and balling up. But that one there pinged him.
Almost a mark to Politis. Presented well, got the handball away. Robinson has the footy, tried to get it over the top to Vallejo, and Nightcliff again just slap it away. Pressure coming was fantastic. And Saints just nothing going their way.
Nearly stopped doing counter shirts the way they're running the Tigers at the moment. They just seem to be everywhere in numbers.
Just working harder. First at the footy. McGregor looking to outbody Robinson here, gets the ball away. Bailey was on the move. Vallejo did well to pick that one up. Lant tries to outbody and succeeds. Got a handball away to the run of Parnell. Parnell with the handball stolen. Bang! Back it goes the other way. Green up high. Ball slapped clear. Politis charging at the footy. Lant as well. Picked up the ball, did Lant. That was brilliant play. Gets the ball to Green. Green to Vallejo. They need to move the ball and move it cleanly here, Saints, and they have opportunity. Braunthal goes out wide, finds Dewsbury. On the move, Nick Yarran. First time he's been in the clear all night. Second kick. Finds a teammate inside 50, taking the mark there, Amory. And at 45 metres out, the man on the mark, Amory, looks like he's going to set up here and have a ping at goal. Nick Yarran jogging past, perhaps made him think otherwise for a moment. Elijah Amory. They need this just to stay in the contest. Kick on the way. It's going to fall short. Oh, he's put that one through, has Elijah Amory. That's a fantastic kick from 45 out. And St Mary's stick with the Tigers, but only just. 3 straight 18, plays 6-4-40. Almost 16 minutes gone in this second quarter.
Yeah, when you watch the game, though, you would think that the Tigers would be further in front.
Oh, you think they're 10 goals in front?
Yeah, you would do. And but we've seen this before with St Mary's, that they've never looked in a game and then they come out in the second half as a different side. So don't go away. This one's far from over.
I love Marley McGregor's attempt there on the goal line. Left high to try and touch that. Snuck it through still. And those key midfielders, you know, Dylan Land, the captain, hardly had a touch, Nick.
That's the other thing you look at when you look at guys like Vallejo and Musgrove and the Land boys, of course Jack and Dylan, and there's a couple others out there that you have got missing. So they come out in the second half, and this is a different game.
Robinson up high, one down by McGregor. Dylan Land high, up and under. Will Robinson got a fist on it. Truella, good handball into space. Trigwell, that's a great handball back to Truella. To the lead. And the mark of Dirksen wheels around. Long kick up to Fergus Green. Cleared the pack. Saints need to work hard here. Ball close to the boundary. And it's flicked straight out. How will the umpire see that? He says toss it back in.
Yeah, I think that was in part of a tackle there, so the umpire's given the benefit of the doubt, but if you watch it again, I think he was on purpose to knock that through.
I think you're absolutely spot on, man.
Yep. Yeah,
no
he
question.
had no option at all but where that ball was going to go.
Tigers with an opportunity here at the 17-minute mark. Up high goes Dirksen. Almost took it out of the ruck contest. Ball at the back of the pack. Kick up to half back and a hold. In fact, it's a high tackle. So in front was Thomas Dewsbury. Well done. Patterson will go high. Off hands, Nick Yarran. Beautiful front and centre. Keeps the ball low into inside 50. Thumping it away was Snelling. How's the umpire going to see that? Toss it in, he says. Braunthal asking the question. Done that on a number of occasions. Nick kicked the ball along the ground, keeping it low.
Yeah, we've got very little kick to our forward line for St Mary's at the moment, but they've still kept themselves in this game. Another one before the half-time would be very, very handy.
18-minute mark. Saints with an opportunity now. It's almost stolen there by Nick Yarran. Tigers, however, through Baldy. G's been good too through the midfield. Kick up towards centre wing. Dirksen playing that to himself beautifully. Dropped the ball, did he? Goes back in and gets it again. Tackle, but the handball away. Soccer away to Politis. Tigers with numbers. Dewsbury gets a handball away to Green. Baldy's there. He'll pick up cleanly. Shrugs the tackle. Gets it away to Politis. Good play. Close to the boundary line. And how's the umpire going to see that? I think the free kick has been given.
Yeah, I think they saw that one in the Michael Long Centre at the other end of the ground. So the boundary umpire pointed it out as well, so good decision by the two umpires.
Liam O'Brien brings that one inboard to Luke Davies. Just the last minute or so, Saints just looking with a little bit more intent. Kick there was almost never on to Jack Kennedy coming across and smashing that out of bounds. Just almost trying to do the impossible at times here, Saints, rather than having a calmer approach and using the ball well. Another good boundary throw in to the back of the pack. Patterson. Saints have a little opportunity here. Scott couldn't quite grab hold of the footy. Patterson needs to keep it in front of himself, and he does. Ball out to Hagan. Kicks that one up to the advantage, perhaps, of Musgrove. Comes off hands. Well done there by Glover. Out towards the boundary. Brilliant defence there by Glover. And gets the ball out of bounds. Wins his team a boundary throwing.
Just coming on to time on here. 3 goals straight to St Mary's, 18 points, 6-4, 40 to the Tigers.
Ruck contest here between Patterson and McGregor. Coming through was Braunthal. In fact, it's Braunthal to receive the handball. Little chip. And again, that man, Lorna, kicks it out wide. And the free kick paid. The contest there was between Lant and Nathan Brown. And the free kick paid for a high tackle. And how many times have we seen the high tackle in the Saints forward 50? They've given away quite a number of free kicks there.
There was 2 players going for the ball there, though. He just didn't collect him high, but I don't think there was any malice in it. He did get pretty hurt though, Brown did. He'll be looking forward to half-time.
Little chips come to Snelling, deep in the back pocket. He's just going to kick long and straight down the line. Patterson's gone to work, couldn't take the grab. Ball comes to the back of the pack. Nightcliff in numbers. Parnell was over the footy. Smithson grabs hold of it and is tackled. Gee, there's something going on inside that pack there. Kieran Parnell wasn't happy. Dirksen gets pulled out of him. The umpire just says, I'm going to toss this straight up, and then he does. Patterson wins that one down. Tigers with numbers. Philo gets it away. In front was O'Brien. Davies picks up on the left boot. Quick kick and hope was very fortunate. Green. He's got players in the clear and goes to Lant. Lant now. Little left foot chip. Hagan. Need to be a bit steadier with the footy, Saints. Goes to Lant. Asks for the free kick and is paid for the high tackle. Plays on. Goes long. Goes with the torp. The kick and hope into the forward 50. No mark taken. Comes off hands. Tackle laid, ball dropped. Handball came out to Karupis, did well to get it back. Tigers are looking good out of defence. And a free kick paid. And the free kick's going to come back here to the Tigers. Yes, it will. Just too good in their defence. Lorna, another kick out to Karupis. Little chip comes up here to the captain and Ryan Nyhouse, and the siren sounds here at TIO Stadium for half-time.
You're watching AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live at NT News Community TV. Nightcliff Tigers led by 16 points at quarter time. They go in half-time with a 22-point lead. We'll be back to you with the second half shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
This weekend is no more round.
Across the NTFL Premier League competition, players, coaches and umpires will wear orange armbands.
It's our way of standing together against family and domestic violence.
We make everyone in our team feel welcome and safe.
We call out disrespectful behaviour even when it's tough.
We will stand up so others feel safe to do the same.
We encourage others to treat everyone with respect.
The No More Round shows the strength of our football community.
We include everyone and treat all people equally. We check in on our teammates, listen if someone needs to talk, and help them find support.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, 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 up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Go! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Good evening and welcome back to TIO Stadium for the no more round of the Men's Premier League, St Mary's versus Nightcliff. This weekend, the TIO Northern Territory Football League are proud to partner with the No More campaign as part of the 25-26 TIO NTFL No More round. AFLNT has partnered with No More since 2015, working on delivering education, leadership programs and initiatives that encourage respect, inclusion and safe community participation right across the territory. I'm Nick Danks, my commentary partner this evening, Dom McCormack. And Dom, different first half there, and you'd think Nightcliff should be further in front, but it's only 22 points. It's not too bad for St Mary's the way the game's been played.
Yeah, 16 points in the first quarter to the Tigers, 22 now at half-time, so they have extended that lead, but to me the key, 10 scoring shots to 3. So even though the inside 50s, I think, slightly favour the Tigers, gee, they've just been far deadlier when they've gone inside 50, using the ball better, working harder around the ground. Yeah, 20-24 the inside 50s are favouring the Tigers, but of those 20, we reckon about 17 have just been cut off as soon as they've gone to the top of the 50-metre arc. And on the other hand, the Tigers have kicked a couple of goals from inside the goal square, so a lot of players running loose, but I think they'd be quite happy to be this close to St Mary's, and if they can pinch the first one, this should be a good game. Well, Robinson up high, wins that one down, pushed forward, Philo, gee, I thought he was held, and he does get the free. From the middle of the ground, Philo flares this one out wide. Moo is there, that has to be front on contact. Lorna, he's been dominant off his half back.
Nick Yarra did well there, though, because he could have done a lot more damage there. He just was through. It wasn't actually Nick, it was Kieran Mew, but did really well just to pull out that one in time.
Half forward here, a little bit of space. McGregor and in front. There it is again. Dirksen taking the mark, and just terrific play by the Tigers. Worked it forward, kicked quickly, and as a good forward, you play in front. So Dirksen, as they did at the beginning of each quarter so far, they're going to kick the first goal.
This will be his third. One step.
Shot on goal and puts that one straight through the middle. As you say, kicked 2 in the first quarter. Now he's kicked the opener here for the third. The Tigers marching on here, 7-4-46, playing 3 straight 18. Saints just not using the footy, and they're not getting around the footy when they need to. There it was, front and centre, little handball, quick kick, and there's Dirksen, 3 metres in front of his opponent, made it look easy.
Absolutely, a lovely night here in the top end. We had a lot of rain this afternoon. I thought we were going to have a bad night tonight with some storms, but it's been good. It's 28 degrees, so it's a lovely playing conditions out there at the moment. It does get a bit greasy in the second half up here at TIO Stadium, but great football conditions.
Marley McGregor winning that one down. Truella's there, farms it out to Philo. Yaron comes crashing in. Robinson can't take the footy. Truella does. Bangs that one away. Long kick up inside 50 again. Off hands. Nightcliff looking dangerous. Ball out the back. Went for the soccer. Then the slap. Davies had it, lost it. Now he's gone back and picked it up again. That's a great effort. Got it out there to O'Brien. Handball. Scott soccers it away. Truella. It opens up in front of him from 40. Bangs away at goal. And kicks 2 in a minute.
That's the scruffiest goal you'll ever see from Truella. Even he was a bit surprised it went all the way. Well defended on the line and knocked that one through. So 2 goals straight up there for the Tigers.
They're making it look easy, Nick, and it's coming straight out of the middle. And as soon as it hits the ground, they're the ones that have got the numbers.
So watch it here, just tap back there. He's looked it up, he thought I can get this one. He did shank it slightly, but it's gone all the way through and cleared the line for another goal for the Tigers. Other games this round on Friday night, Southern Districts remain undefeated. They beat Waratah by 5 points. Earlier here at TIO, the Tiwi Bombers kicked 10 goals in the first half and defeated Wanderers by 59. And across the road at DXC Arena, Pint defeated Palmerston by 97 points.
Kieran Parnell starting in the middle here for St Mary's. That's certainly trying something different. Baldy got a handball away. High tackle. And the high tackle's going the other way here. It's against Baldy for, I think, a forearm into Will Robinson. So Will Robinson down here. All back in the hands of the umpire.
Yeah, just hit him in the throat then.
Little chip. That's a poor kick to Parnell, forcing him under pressure. And that's just exemplary of what Saints have done all night. Patterson up high, couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to the back. Lant, can he get a foot to it? He can't. Offerman's escorted over the boundary there by Snelling, and that back six just working their way beautifully.
It's been a copy of the game, as you said. You just watched before as the Tigers chipped it around and put it inside 30 and kicked an easy one. That's just a bomb and hoping for the best.
Ball come to Dylan Lant. He's been taken high in the tackle. So Dylan Lant will take the free kick. He copped a heavy one there.
Yeah, I think he did. He threw his head back because he got hit pretty low and then got one on the end of the nose to go with it as well.
So an opportunity for Saints here to try and claw one back, but it's getting somewhat desperate here. 8-4-52 to 3 straight 18. 12 scoring shots to 3. That is a reflection of the Tigers' dominance, and yet, as we've talked about, Nick, they could be further in front.
Absolutely, but you can't write St Mary's off. That's a good side, and a lot of players missing here.
So Dylan Land on the approach. Low drilling ball, and he puts that one through, does the captain. Again, they just hang in there. 4 straight 24, 8-4-52, almost 5 minutes down in this third quarter.
Yeah, well, they need to get a run on with the shots, with goals. St Mary's, I know that's pretty obvious when you're 4 goals, 4 down, but they just do with a couple in a row like they did at the end of the first quarter would be great for them. But watch this one on replay here. Lant just copped that one just on the side of the head, on the top of the nose as he went round the corner, and Will Dirksen says looking saying, well, I didn't even know I hit him then, but definitely was it. It just clipped him on the way through.
Yeah, it was there. They've persisted with Kieran Parnell at the centre bounce here. So Parnell, Smithson, Robinson, Dylan Lant, Marley McGregor up high. Beaten for it by Will Robinson on this occasion. Tackle laid on Karupis. Handball comes out to Truella, then into Clear. Gee, that was a good handball. Out to McGregor. To the run of Lorna. Kick inside 50. Just too easy. Fergus Green on the lead. Takes that one in the pocket.
Had a good game tonight.
Looking for some movement. Kicks low. Hagan slips through his hands. Parnell putting on some pressure. Boyd Bailey laying the tackle. Tries to steal it out, and he does. The umpire says, give it to me, and I'll ball it up 25 metres out. Tosses this one. Again, McGregor. In fact, as Dirksen goes up high, releases by hand. Dylan Lant gets a quick kick out. Ball comes back to Parnell. Kicks out wide. Braunthal. Can he run onto it? He can. He taps it to his own advantage. Now he's into clear. Mitch Musgrove needs to run and give an opportunity. Couldn't quite kick it that far. Braunthal soccers it further. Look at the Tiger numbers. They're in numbers. Vallejo down behind play. And the nice little pass comes up to Hugh Dunbar. Kicks into the middle. 2 of them can raffle it. Truella, handballs onto Politis. Running with confidence through the middle. Long kick down the corridor. And the mark taken. Such confident play by the Tigers when they're running through the middle and going forward. They've got a plan. When Saints go forward, it just, is it going to work or is it not? So Dirksen from dead in front, man on the mark, 25 out. Going back for his 4th. He's been such a target.
You got 4 against Palmerston in round 5. For his only other game he's played this season. 4 here will get him in the side, you would think, as he pushed that one just slightly to the left.
So a point on the board for Dirksen. Saints breathe a sigh of relief. Could have been 3 goals to 1 in only 7.5 minutes of footy here in this third quarter. Green now to bring the footy back into play. Goes to the outer side, looking out there for Parnell. That's a really good kick. Nice mark. Parnell kicking long down the line. Looking for Offermans. Takes the grab. That's a rarity. 2 marks in a row to St Mary's. Work their way to centre wing. That kick is not great. Comes off hands and a push will be paid. So the free kick goes to Nathan Brown.
Was back. He got a knock in the throat just towards the end of the second quarter. Came off the ground straight away, but recovered during half time.
Goes to Peris, who goes out wide to Bailey. The man with the glove. Dinky little kick goes to Trigwell. Handball's on straight away to Baldy. Back to Bailey. Look at that beautiful kick inside 50. They've got a plan. Goes to Kennedy. Kennedy looks to play on. He's got another man short. Back to Bailey, who just kept running, and no one went with him the whole way, Nick.
Yeah, and there was also Pergras has come off the bench and ran through, and Norman's picked him up as well, so they could have gone one more over to him as well.
Love watching this man play, Boyd Bailey. Such a hard worker. Very good on the left boot. In he comes. Just a little bit out to the left. And he skewed it all the way back over to the right. So a point on the board. Saints very fortunate here at the moment. They need to get a run on of their own. So 4 shots at goal to 1 already favouring the Tigers in this quarter as Dylan Lant brings the footy back into play. Goes to Davies. Tried very hard in defence. That is a poor kick off the hands of Politis and out of bounds. So just not working for Saints.
I think you've said it about 9 times tonight, Dom. That's a poor kick coming out of defence for St Mary. So there'll be a bit of conversation, you think, during the week between the club. But yeah, it's just that strange kick when they've done it. And they've done it every time in their defensive area as well.
It's normally come back to bite them. The ruck contest now. Robinson got the double fister away. Tackle laid. Up and under. Kieran Parnell just muscles his way through. Smithson down low. Surely that must be a free kick, and it is.
Yeah, clumsy tackle there.
So Smithson needs to find a target. Who's he got moving for him? Just going to go down the line. That's a nice kick, Offermans. He's been good since quarter time. Charlton Offermans. Tiger defence going to work here. Everybody manned up. They've got extras back. He's going to go with the right boot long. It's straight to a Tigers player who's in the clear. Comes off hands. Patterson couldn't take it cleanly. Lance in there. Ball squirts out the back. Patterson, little handball. Another handball up to, in fact, it's Amory. Brock Lant needs to pick up the footy. Does. Gets rid of it by hand. Chain of handballs from the Tigers is brilliant. Out to Peris. Gets another one out by hand. Green's there. Stolen by Peris. Robinson couldn't handle it cleanly. Goes back in for the second crack at it. And he's going to get a free kick. Crowd not happy with that. But Robinson to take the free kick on centre wing. So going inside 50, it was laid bare there. They just did not really know what they were doing. Backwards to Hagan. Chip up to O'Brien. That's a good kick. Again, there is Charlton Offermans. Who's working for him? Easy pickings again for Nathan Brown. The target was Dylan Land, who was leading out as the key forward, but just picked off easily by Brown and thumped over the boundary line.
Yeah, that's 26 inside 50s to St Mary's for this game. And I think they've only had about 4 of those that have gone to one of their players. Boundary umpers been kept busy tonight.
Sure have. 12 minutes gone in this third quarter. Important time just ticking away here for St Mary's if they're looking to make inroads. They trail now by an even 30. The Tigers have extended it every quarter. Lant gathered that, the high up and under. Needs to be a contest here. Scott under the footy. Held his place well against Dewsbury. Went back and collected. Out there to Nyhouse. Back to Scott, who did really well in that contest. And up it goes to Truella. Steady under the footy. Inboard to Filer. Look at the Tigers on the moves. Time, space, numbers working. Long kick up inside 50. No mark. Goes out the back. Dirksen will be first there. Little dinky kick on goal, and he hits the post when he had Trigwell in the goal square.
Yeah, that would have been their third goal. They would have scored inside the goal square, and he had every opportunity there and to handball that one across, but decided to do the dribbler kick and didn't pay up for him.
Liam O'Brien with the footy. Plays on. Saints go long. Jack Lant for a rare touch close to the boundary here. Handballs to the run of Parnell. Parnell up to half forward. Goes long. Inside 50. Dylan Lant went well before acceptances. And that is a free kick every day of the week. That was a sign of desperation there from the Saints captain. Poor kick coming out of defence there by Glover. I reckon it's the first time that they've done something poor out of defence, Nick, all night.
Yeah, trying to even it up because it would be about 10-1, I would say. 8-7-55, plays 4 straight 24, 13 and a bit minute mark of the third quarter here at TIO Stadium.
Boundary throw in, the players setting again. Patterson to go up against McGregor. Patterson needs to try and get himself into the game here. The Tigers are the ones attacking the footy. Nick Yarron tries to get it out, only as far as Politis. Quick kick is up inside to the middle of the ground. Davies takes it, attacks the footy. Back inside 50. Thumped away there by Amory. Handball from Parnell to Yarron. Chip on goal. And that is rushed through. Good contest there by the defender. That's Glover again. And a minor score. Saints first behind for the game at the 14.5 minute mark of the third quarter. Shows you how little they have had it down and close to their goal line.
16 points at quarter time, 22 at half, 30-point lead now to Nightcliff.
Offerman's giving away the free kick on that occasion. McGregor, the bigger man. In fact, it was Musgrove, I think, giving that one away. Just goes sideways. Drop the ball. Oh, and that's just too easy by Ryan Nyhouse. Beautiful kick into Trigwell. Comes at the footy with a whole lot of energy. Does Gus Trigwell. Looks terrific on the left boot. Man on the lead, Bailey.
7 free yellow shirts there was.
Goes long. Looking for the marking target. Comes off hands. Saints laying the tackle immediately. Picking himself up there, Dunbar. Patterson winning that one away. Trigwell thumped it away to his team's advantage. Tackle lay. No, there's a free kick down the ground here. So Mitch Musgrove had the free kick momentarily, and then he's turned it over, and now it's a free kick to Brodie Filo down the ground.
Yep, he said something he shouldn't have said, and the umpires just turned around straight on the spot and back to where it started from.
Well, he knocked Lorna over. That was the problem. Knocked him over. And it's just stupid play. Long kick down the ground. Players contest. Tackle late. Gee, thought that might have been high. Patterson. In fact, it's Davies over the footy. Gets it out. In there is Elijah Amory holding the footy up for his team. And be a ball up in a dangerous position here. 30 out, dead in front of goal. Patterson in the ruck contest wins it down. Hagan did well, got on the move. Tigers take the footy. Parnell now gets it out. Hagan did beautifully again. Got himself on the move. Scott had it, lost it. Dylan Lant flicked it out. Handball comes out here to the Tigers. Dunbar got a handball away. Karupis out to Scott. Looking for a target on the lead. Oh, he had Green there momentarily. He just couldn't take the grab close to the pocket. And out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So Saints just under enormous pressure here. 17 minutes gone, 30 points the lead. 55 plays 25.
You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV for the No More round.
And that's just going to be called back by the central umpire there. Boundary umpire required to do that all over again.
Done pretty well today. The boundary umpires have been getting the ball right into the middle of the pack. That's the first one that's sort of floated away.
Got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Good throw in. Comes to the back. Tigers are there in numbers. Ball back to Politis. Was tackled as he kicked. Now Saints clear from defence. Nyhouse bats it away. Lant. Sockers to his advantage. Follows up. Lays the tackle. Spillage goes to Mitch Musgrove. Turnover. Comes to McGregor. Good thump away there by Parnell. Tries to get the ball to his advantage. Sees it over the boundary line for a throw-in. A little bit of a hug as the players get acquainted there. Parnell and Kennedy.
Well, the umpire's played a free.
He's played that as a free. That is incredible. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, the boys were a bit of a laugh about it, and the umpires pinged them for it.
That is insane. Lorna, he's had a dominant evening off half back. Long kick up towards half forward. Punched away by Hagan. Ball comes out to Baldy. Another one who's been good right from the start. Back again to Dunbar. Kick to a player in the clear. Almost playing on there. But just steadying down now to look and have a shot at goal.
2 goals to 1 this quarter.
Tigers just extending their lead at every change here. Little chip inboard again. And there it is on the lead. Dirksen being dominant. Too quick, too tall, and the delivery too good.
Yeah, kick 4 against the set against Palmerston in round 5. 3 tonight. Really probably should have had 4 by now. Or at least handballed one over the top.
He's had a few opportunities, including in this quarter. Goes with the outside of the left boot. And thumped through for a minor score. So the Tigers at the 20-minute mark of this quarter, 8-7-55 to 4-1. Should be 8-8 in fact. 8-8-56 to 4-1-25. Parnell has just taken that footy. Chips up to Dylan Lant. Kicks out wide. Straight up the middle. Soccer away. Ryehouse takes the footy, shrugs the tackle off to Scott. Scott gives his captain a bit of work to do. He's totally up to it. Brilliant little handball to Scott. Has a bounce if you don't mind. Picks up and goes to Karupis. They're inside 50 almost. Now they are. Saints defence going to have to work hard here. Green picks up. Does he get a kick away? Just said the umpire. Play on was the call. Peter Paulides kicks the goal. It's just all the Tigers. There's nothing Saints can do here. 9-8-62 plays 4-1-25. 21 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's the 3rd goal for the night. The Tigers have scored from inside the square. And that was just all over them. Just great tackling by the defence, by the attacking side. Good tackle there. We get a boot, didn't really matter, I suppose. It would have been holding the ball or dropping the ball, and Paulides just knocks that one through.
Saints have just looked so out of sorts tonight, Nick. I mean, I tipped Nightcliff to win, but I did not expect them to do it in this fashion. 17 scoring shots to 5. They should be further in front. And Saints' key players just haven't looked like it.
No, not at all. They did lose, of course, Jackson Calder earlier in the game, but even then, just this banging the ball forward, I don't think that would have suited his style of football anyway. They've not really given much chance to their forward line at all.
Torella brought down in that contest in the middle by Saints captain in Dylan Lant. Patterson wins a ruck contest. Xavier Vallejo first to the footy. Kicks it inside 50, and Ryan Nighthouse just overrunning the footy. Moo can't pick it up. Nighthouse just soccering it to the advantage of Scott. Was brilliant. Back again into the hands of Bailey. Lovely chip. Nice mark taken. Again the handball quickly. Scott on the move. Up inside 50. Too easy. Onto the chest of Fergus Green, and he will go back and kick at his 2nd goal for the evening.
Yeah, kicked the first one of the night, and he's got, might be kicking right on the siren here.
Well, that was brilliant play again by Nighthouse and Scott, teaming up brilliantly along half back. And here it is in the hands of Fergus Green, who marks it a couple of metres in front of his opponent. That's been the difference tonight. Intensity, good use of the footy. Fergus Green. And there's the other difference. They've kicked goals.
Yes, they certainly have.
Fergus Green with his 2. And Nightcliff, they move on to 10-8-68. St Mary's languishing now. 4-1-25. 23 minutes gone in this third quarter.
43-point lead. And as I said earlier in this commentary, the Tigers have only given up 13 goals once this season, and that was against the Premiers and the undefeated Southern Districts. The rest has been 8, 9, 4 and 6. So with 10 on the board, it's going to be a tough last quarter here for the green and gold.
Yeah, I don't think their coaching staff would be too impressed with this at all. This is becoming a somewhat embarrassing performance here by St Mary's, a proud club. And on the siren.
You're watching AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on the NT News and Community TV. We're back with the final quarter here at TIO Stadium shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
This weekend is no more round.
Across the NTFL Premier League competition, players, coaches and umpires will wear orange armbands.
It's our way of standing together against family and domestic violence.
We make everyone in our team feel welcome and safe.
We call out disrespectful behaviour even when it's tough.
We will stand up so others feel safe to do the same.
We encourage others to treat everyone with respect.
The No More Round shows the strength of our football community.
We include everyone and treat all people equally. We check in on our teammates, listen if someone needs to talk, and help them find support.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium for the No More round. We've got St Mary's taking on the Nightcliff Tigers. Nightcliff Tigers been in complete control all night. A couple of quick goals at the end of the first quarter. Looked a little bit better for St Mary's, but after all said and done, it's all been the Tigers. You were Nick Danks, my commentary partner. This evening is Dom McCormack, and Dom, pretty much as I've just said, it's all the Tigers.
Can't add too much more to that, Nick. It really has been 2 goals in the first quarter, 1 in the second, 1 in the third for St Mary's. 18 scoring shots to 5 in favour of Nightcliff. They've just been dominant. Yeah, 27 inside 50s to 36, but the 27 inside 50s are flattering St Mary's, because I think about 24 of those have been cut off straight away by a Tigers defender. Let's see what they can do. Last quarter. What have Saints got for us here? Ball one down by McGregor, straight to Truella. Wow, Baldy, he was over the footy and taken head high again. Nothing malicious in that, but gee, hit hard by Jack Lant. Handballs off straight away to Philo. Dashes away. Kicks up inside 50. Dirksen using his body well. Oh, he's just grabbed his opponent around the head. Valejo picks up the footy, goes to Davies, to Dylan Lant, to a bit of space. Musgrove out on the half-back flank.
I think he buckled into him then, because he's holding his hip. So I think he fell into the player.
Musgrove finds Offermans, who's offered quite a bit over the last 2 quarters. Long kick inside 50, and the Nightcliff Tiger defender just planted himself beautifully. Kane Donnan, haven't called him much, but he's been part of an excellent back 6. Harris. Poor kick, turnover, goes to Lant. Was on his right boot there, now looking to come back on his left. Long kick, dangerous kick. Needs to bounce for something to work for Saints. Smithson on the chase. Picking it up there was Glover. They've got the numbers, they've got the answers. Brown popping that one up beautifully for Politis. He does the same. Wrestle here, Valejo and Baldy. Valejo had it, lost it. Whoa, taken high there was Dunbar. Ball kicked into space. Davies again. What would they have done without Luke Davies, St Mary's? He has been fantastic. Long kick and thumped out of bounds away there from Liam O'Brien. Well done to Glover. He's covered everything tonight. Not flashy. Done the job.
Absolutely. Other games this round, Southern Districts defeated Waratah by 5 points. Tiwi Bombers defeated Wanderers by 59. And Pint defeated Palmerston by 97 points.
Ruckman go at it. Ball comes to the back, goes to Baldy. Socket away by Dylan Lant. Running at the footy. Moo had it, lost it. Now taking it is Amory. Good kick up into forward 50. They've switched the fullback to full forward. Matthew Green lays a tackle. Brings Donnan to ground. Ball spills. Back here to Snelling. Dangerous play. Tigers are up to it. Defence clears again. Falls into the hands of Kennedy. Shows the footy to Parnell. They've been going at it for the last 2 quarters. The ball thumped out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, just in front of our commentary position here at TIO Stadium.
It's a long season, and you're showing the vice-captain of St Mary's of football. That might come back to haunt you later in the season. But Kieran Parnell, a very proud player.
Has not been their night tonight, the green and gold. They have been dominated by this Tigers outfit. Ruck contest, one down by Patterson. Musgrove just shoved off the footy. Tigers now through the middle. Truella, that's a good kick. Ball back to Kennedy again. He's having the last laugh here, Brett Kennedy. Flares it out wide. Dirksen takes the footy. Drops the footy, gets it back again onto the left boot. Valejo will cut that off, was unclean. Got it up to Fleming. Kicked it out wide now, out towards the boundary. Yaron looked to take a body, kept the ball in. He may regret that. No, he won't. He's going to get a free kick here.
Yeah, he was taking that sort out the ball. He did well to keep that in bounds. The umpire's always going to give him the reward for that.
68 plays 25. Yaron called to play on. Little chip falling over was Amory. Needs to try and get the footy out here, does Amory, and he's going to be pinged. Had to make an effort. So Brodie Philo takes the free kick. It's a frustrated St Mary's unit here tonight. Philo, long kick, such a beautiful kick at the footy. And all by himself, Dirksen just shoves off his opponent easily. Kick beautifully placed. And Dirksen takes the mark on the chest. This time, perhaps, will kick his fourth. He's had a few cracks at it, Nick.
He certainly has. He's done one where he could have handballed away, but he hit the post with that, and he's missed a couple of other set ones. This one here, there's absolutely no breeze on the ground at the moment, so anywhere just inside the left post will do it for him.
Wade Dirksen has been a dominant force. He's been what Saints were hoping Jackson Calder would be down the other end, but Calder off with a knee injury. And Wade Dirksen, looking for his fourth, has just absolutely butchered that kick off to the left-hand side. So another point on the board. 10-9-69 plays 4-1-25. Saints bring the ball back in quickly.
Again, tried to kick that off one step, and he just probably could take a bit more time with his shots.
Nice kick from Hagan. Finds Jackson Braunthal out on centre wing. Little chip up to Patterson. Just haven't seen enough of Patterson. Long kick. Looking for targets. They don't have too many down there. Almost the mark taken. Green putting on some pressure. Handball comes out the back. Moo. Needs to try and get the footy out. He's going to be caught here. Umpire said he had a chance. Kennedy pounced. Kennedy having a good last quarter here. Goes out wide. Finds the captain. Co-captain, I think, with Brodie Philo. Ryan Nyhouse. What a player he's been since coming back from his AFL stint with the Fremantle Dockers. Long kick comes off hand. Saints there in numbers. First player to actually put hands on the footy was a Nightcliff player. Piergross did well. Just held it up there. 3-on-1, Nick, and the one managed to hold it in.
Absolutely.
He did beautifully. Patterson wins it down. Trying to charge his way through. Yarran off the side of the boot. Green's there. Just waited for it patiently. Did beautifully. He's normally a good kick on the left boot now. Got no one out there for him. Glover, untidy handball. Charging in was Amory. This time the Tigers over the footy. This time the free kick will go the way of St Mary's. So an opportunity here to have a ping at their fifth.
Nearly had him diving in his back then. The player was on the top of the ball. He's right, but he's just shoving the back. The umpire didn't pick that one, but he's picked up the hold on the ball.
Elijah Amory was the one lying on the footy before when Brodie Philo got the free kick. So he's got an opportunity here, Amory. Kicked a goal, and a much-needed goal in the second quarter. Well, to say his kick is a much-needed one now is correct again, but I don't give them too much hope, even if he were to kick this, of kicking another 7 goals to win the game.
No, I wouldn't see that. They've kicked 1 goal since half-time.
So to kick 8 now to win, nigh on impossible. Amory crosses 50. Kick on the way. He's going to pop that one straight through the middle. Elijah Amory. Gee, when he gets a chance, he makes the most of it. So Elijah Amory becomes the only multiple goal scorer for St Mary's. They kick their 5th, move on to 5-1, 31, trailing the Nightcliff Tigers 10-9-69 at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, 38-point lead here. And a couple of big games next week. On Friday night, 8 p.m. at Gazale's, Palmerston will take on Southern Districts, who'll be going for 18 in a row. On Saturday, 4 o'clock at Nightcliff at Bendigo Bank Community Oval, the Tigers and Wanderers. So that'll be a good game for Tigers at home as well. 5 o'clock at DXC Arena, Pint and the Buffaloes. And then an absolute blockbuster here, 6:30 at TIO, Waratah and St Mary's next week.
Ball tossed high, Patterson down, Baldy takes it. Handball to McGregor, to Philo, to Bailey. Just brilliant through the middle. And that's a lovely chipping pass to a leading forward. Kennedy has taken another mark. Handballs to McGregor. Pressure on here. Trigwell has it. Caught, lost the footy. Dylan Lant wasn't going to miss him there, the young fella.
It was better defence by the green and gold.
But again, just dominated out of the middle. That's the problem. Brings the ball out wide, and this is going to get cut off as well. Unlucky for Glover, he's dropped the footy, but They've just been dominant. Saints have waited for the footy, and that was another classic example. Xavier Vallejo sitting back and waiting. Jack Land as well. I don't think I've seen a game where Jack Land has touched the footy fewer times than tonight.
Yeah, he's not even just throwing the weight around. Both was the Dylan and Jack, and Tigers just been all in this game and have not really give St Mary's a chance.
Kicked forward here by Philo. Again, the dominant Dirksen just shapes to do whatever he wants, and a spearing pass is out of bounds. Fergus Green just couldn't quite handle that one there. Welcome addition to the Nightcliff Tigers. Of course, he used to play for my team, the Hawks, at one point in his career. Now here for the Tigers are doing a good job. Patterson winning that one. Going back in to try and get it. Oh, Dirksen did beautifully getting the handball out. Jack Land stealing it. So strong through the hips. Winning a little bit of time and space for himself. Close to the boundary. No, not close at all. Out of bounds on the full. So that good pressure again coming from the Tigers, this time from their forwards. Donnan with the free. Bangs this one back inside 50. Kennedy will set. Belted away. Politis got it to Scott. He had an excellent third quarter. Back into the corridor by Politis. Paris got a handball away to Karupas. In the corridor. Kicks on goal. And misses to the right-hand side. 11 minutes gone here. 70 plays 31. Hagan bringing the footy back into play. Long ball to the outer wing. Off hands. Beautiful front and centre from Amory. He's tackled and caught with the ball again. So Glover, another one of those defensive sixes, just had a great night. Kick perfectly placed and taken there by Brown. Dinky little kick to a leading forward, and Trigwell on the move quickly with pace.
That's been the difference between the two sides. Every time St Mary's got the ball forward, they've just bombed it forward. The Tigers will look for that short pass and have got away with it a number of times.
They've looked energetic, Nick. They've looked like they've wanted to be in this game.
Yeah, they had a bit of a tough run last week, only kicking 6 goals and going down to Waratah, but they needed this one to probably shake some cobwebs out of that match.
Well, they're playing good footy, so too are Waratah. Saints are going to be up against it next week as Trigwell kicks on goal here and hits the post 2/3 of the way up. So another point on the board here for the black and gold. 10-11, 71 to 5-1, 31. Long kick. Scott and Musgrove. That's a good mark by Mitch Musgrove. Need to see much more from him. He's an experienced player now in this team. Goes to Amory. Doesn't have a lot of options forward. This is where the Tigers have really cut them off. Well, gee. Going all the way back to fullback. O'Brien. Out to teammate there in Davies. Davies spotting up Braunthal. Goes by hand now to Williamson. Hands inboard. Back to the run of Amory. This is good play from St Mary's. Good build up here. Braunthal, long kick into the forward pocket. That was a poor kick. No one was there for Saints, and Lorna just escorts it over the boundary for a boundary throw in.
That showed St Mary's night, the panic, you know, kicking the ball all the way baback to your fullback, and then they got out of it pretty well with 3 or 4 kicks, but then just a bomb forward and there was no one there to take it. 40-point lead.
Shallow throw in. And Green just wrapped up there by the Tiger defence. And a Shepherd is the call, so the free kick will go to St Mary's. I thought he was pointing to the Tigers there first off.
I think he did, and then realised that he pointed the wrong way, the umpire, but he Shepherd off the ball.
So Smithson. And again, different players taking different roles here just to try a few things in this last quarter. Smithson, one of St Mary's better midfielders, but along with most of the other midfielders, has really struggled tonight, now taking a bit of time in the ruck. Shot on goal from Smithson, and he too missing to the right hand side. 5-2 32 St Mary's, only 7 scoring shots for this entire game, and that's beautifully read and well cut off by Offermans. So an opportunity here midway through this last quarter. Yet to kick a goal for his team. He's not alone there though this evening.
Yeah, this is their 34th time they've gone inside 50. They've only had 7 scoring shots.
Well, the man with the number 34 on the back, can he make this one count? Kicks on goal, starts it right, brings it around, and doesn't even make the distance. Still in play. And finally, belted through there by Charlie Piergros. So Charlton Offermans from 35 metres out did not make the distance. Tigers now look to bring the ball out. Goes back to Donnan by hand. Pressure on his kick. Falls into the hands of a defender. Handball off to Politis. Almost a mark there to O'Brien. Kennedy picks up. Handball's up here to Scott. Vallejo attacks the ball. Handball's back and cut off again by Kennedy. Numbers. Look at the Tigers. They're just everywhere. Trigwell. One touch footy up to Scott was brilliant. Back to Scott. His pace has really troubled Saints tonight. Politis, that's a good kick. Cut off by Parnell momentarily. Dunbar taken in the tackle. Handball comes out to Davies. Now to Hagan. Back to Parnell. Was looking for the handball to Hagan before he had the footy. Somehow they find Lant. Goes out wide. Fleming. Hardly sighted since the first quarter. Lant, that's a good kick up to Amory. Needs to find a target. Goes out the back and finds Braunthal. Brought to ground after taking the mark, but should go back and have his shot at goal. St Mary's again just trying to rebound there from defence. Been well beaten out of the middle. Most times the Tigers have had the footy. On that occasion able to string a few possessions together. Braunthal now. Low trajectory kick. And that's another errant kick. 5-5-35 plays 10-11-71. 17 minutes gone. Ball out over the back. And a free kick to be paid here. We'll come back to Braunthal to get a second crack at it here.
Well, the win of the quarter, they've kicked 1 goal, 3 at the moment to 3 points. Not much time left of this game though here at TIO Stadium.
So Braunthal, man on the mark. 35-40 from goal. He's had a sider. What can he do? Kick is good.
Yep.
Well done from Braunthal. Still need to execute your skills. Disappointed look on his face. Gives Amory a pat on the back for piecing that play together. And Braunthal puts the goal on the board for St Mary's. It's been a dirty night for them. 6-4-40. Trailing the Tigers 10-11-71. 18 minutes gone in this last quarter. Braunthал's had slight impact as a midfielder. Just has not been there night. The Tigers have been terrific, but he's put that goal on the board.
Yeah, 16 points up at quarter time, 22 at half time, 43 at 3/4 time. So Mary's picked this one back to 31 points with about 2 and a bit minutes left of this game, you would think.
Back in the middle now, Patterson. In fact, it's Fleming to go up in the ruck contest against McGregor. McGregor, the leaper, gets that one down beautifully. A hold in the middle, and this will go to Amory. In fact, it's Dylan Lant. My apologies. Saints captain. Oh, he's going to get caught with the footy here. Kicks it out wide, goes to Dewsbury. Handballs on the up. Tigers there again in numbers. And Dylan Lant just throwing his hands about what happened there.
Yeah, that's certainly St Mary's night tonight.
McGregor winning it down straight to Philo. Quick kick up and under. Attacking the footy was O'Brien. Spills, McGregor, little chip, cut off momentarily by Davies. Hagan has to lay a tackle. Ball comes out by hand. Pack forms. Saints have managed to get there in numbers, and again, Luke Davies, well done. That was almost a certain goal to the Tigers. Held up beautifully. Ruck contest, one down by Fleming, out the back to Parnell. Clears. Land picks it up. Just kicks to the outer side. First player there should be Nick Karupis for the Tigers. On the chase is Braunthal. And Karupis just runs that one professionally over the boundary for a boundary throw.
Didn't have any other thought in his mind. He didn't as soon as the ball bounced there, but that's a good move by the young guy.
20 minutes down here in the last quarter.
Won't be a big quarter. So Mary's picked 2 goals, and they're the only 2 for the quarter.
Win it down again. Just the Tigers midfield on the move. First touch there was Philo. Amory brought to the ground again in another good tackle. McGregor wins that one forward. Lance soccering away. Tigers through Truella. Ball smothered. Smithson going in hard. Truella on top of him, so too McGregor. And the umpire will ball it up again. Tigers been fantastic here this evening. This is a terrific win for the club. Went down by only a goal last week to Waratah, and now a really good win against St Mary's. Ball to the back of the pack here. Lant, little bit of time and space. Goes with the snap, hits the wrong side of the ball. High up and under, comes off hands. Lant goes in again, gets the footy out. Braunthal, good handball. Goes to Amory. That's a terrible kick off the left boot. The Tigers with time and space. No, they don't. Lorna's closed down there by Moo. And just casually walks it over the line. All under control of the Nightcliff back 6. Little chip in board. Goes to Glover. Siren sounds. This game is over. A terrific win to the Nightcliff Tigers.
Yeah, 30-point win. 6-5, 41. We just got an extra point to add to that one. So 10-11, 71. Your thoughts on the game and any standout players, Dom?
Oh, look, I thought Lorna, right from the word go, was absolutely fantastic off half-back. There he is there with Glover. Glover was another one. You know, you'd write on the team sheet, great team performance from the Tigers. I thought they were outstanding as a team, but Lorna from half-back, great. In the ruck, Marley McGregor, Brody Philo through the middle of the ground. Kennedy, I thought, was very good. Up forward, Wade Dirksen, just a constant target. Only kicked the 3. Yeah, probably could have had 7.
Could have had, yeah. I had 6 or 7 written down, and he also got about one more to there where he hit the post as well. So, yeah, big night from him. As I said, he kicked 4 against Palmerston a couple of weeks ago, and would like to walk away with a few more tonight. But overall, and your thoughts on the overall game? Tigers just too strong right from the word go?
Right from the word go, they looked like they had more intent. They had numbers to the footy. They looked organised. Of course, Jackson Calder went down in the first quarter. Yeah. That, of course, is going to throw the Saints forward line out. But even before then, their midfield wasn't winning the footy. Their back 6 looked under pressure. And when they got it forward, the Tigers' back 6 were all over them. So that the signs were there early on.
Okay, next week, round 8 on Friday night, 8 o'clock at Ghazali's Arena, Palmerston and Southern Districts. On Saturday, 4 o'clock at Nightcliff, Bendigo Bank Community Oval, the Tigers and Wanderers. 5 o'clock at DXC Arena, Pint and Darwin Buffaloes, and 6:30 at TIO Waratah and St Mary's next Saturday. My name is Nick Danks. My commentary partner this evening was Dom McCormack. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Dom. Another good one.
Terrific game.
Catch you next time.